Hey, check up. Let's play some D. And in fourth quarter is one of my favorite things that I like to talk about, like to do. Uh, I watch a lot of people's like first half music reviews, and I watch it. I like to let June go through. I don't know why. Really supposed to do it halfway through June. I think makes the most sense. Like second week of June, really the halfway point. So it kind of leaves out just I know Giveon had a really good album. I haven't listened to it yet, but it wouldn't have counted for me personally in the first half. Maybe he's in my top of 2022, but his album did drop. And there's been albums. Uh, I haven't heard everything. I used to listen to almost everything or most of what I could when I was reviewing music, like all the time. But there's been Post dropped, Jack Harlow dropped, Bad Bunny dropped. I believe Bad Bunny album is really really good, but I can't understand nothing he's saying. It sounds really good though. Benny the Butcher dropped, Kalani dropped, Machine Gun Kelly Donda 2. I don't think ever actually happened. Ooh, Harry's House was pretty cool. Earl Sweatshirt, Florence and the Machine. There was a Big Thief album, Dragon, Newborn Mountain, I believe. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Gunna dropped the album that I didn't like. Vince Staples dropped. So that was just, a lot of albums dropped in 2022. I think people have been doing a really good job. But I have my top five for the first half of 2022. So starting at number five is Conway. God don't make mistakes. There was 12 tracks on here. It released February 25th. Uh, there's a number of really good songs on here. The Johnny Woo flick is with the Griselda Boys. Chanel Pearls with Jill Scott is really really good. So much more. God don't make mistakes. The title album is the closeout album, which is really really good. Wild Chapter as Ti. Piano Love was I think it was the first single. Was a good song. Tear Gas with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross is cool. Drum Work is slick, and it starts off with Locked and Loaded. This album was when it came out. I think it was my top. I mean, based off of this, based on it was the best album when it came out. Benny the Butcher's album was there with me too, but I believe Benny's album came out in. Let me double check. I think Benny's album did come out after. It definitely came out after, and I think it was right after March 11th, and I think that was those two were like right there, neck and neck for me. So I don't know if Butcher would go six per se, but it would probably be close. So God don't make mistakes. Conway is number five. Number four is almost dry. Pusha T's fourth studio album. It was released on April 22nd, and this is a banger. I mean, pretty much all the way through. My top four albums here are just I mean, these are all superior albums. Brambleton starts it off really, really good. Let the Smoker Shine, Dreaming of the Past. They all smoothly roll into each other with Neck and Wrist with Jay Z, with Pharrell on it. It's Neck and Wrist is the best song on here, but my favorite song is Scrape It Off with Lil Uzi. But Neck and Wrist is the best song. Uh, by a hair. By a hair. There's some other really good songs like Diet Coke, Rock and Roll's Cool, Open Air, and I Pray for You. The last two songs, Call My Bluff, and Just So You Remember. Number five and number eight are really good songs too. But Scrape It Off, Neck and Wrist, Let the Smoker Shine, Diet Coke, Dreaming of the Past, Open Air, really good songs. My biggest knock on this album was the song length. A lot of sub 3 minute songs. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 of the 12 songs are less than 3 minutes, which gives it, and I don't know, I just feel some kind of way about that. Always have, always will. Number 3 on the list, 3, 2, and 1. I feel like can be interchangeable, but I think I'm very much set in my 3, 2, 1, and mostly has to do off just how much I've listened to him, to be quite honest. But I did a review on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and that can be watched in an episode somewhere. I also think I'm pretty sure I have a quick screen. I think it's also in a playlist for quarter coverage. I think. I don't know. So busy. But came out May 13th. It was his 5th studio album. 2 sides, 18 tracks, really 19. The Heart was the lead in song, but so many good songs. I'm really big on Rich Spirit, Father Time, Auntie Diaries, Mother I Sober are the 3 best songs. Still, Savior has really stepped up in my list. Count Me Out, Silent Hill. Uh, I did the review. I'm not gonna re-review it, but really good song. This is number 3. Number two. Number two. So Kendrick came out May 13th and sold it number 2, and this is the Chainsmokers. So far, so good, and this is very, very, very good. Um, it after Riptide is for the fans, the hardcore fans, the electronic, and then after that it gets into that chain smoker sound from High, iPad, Maradona, Solo Mission, Something Different, I Love You, If You're Serious. That route of music is incredible. Channel One, Testing, and Into Deep are all smooth tracks as well. Then I Hope You Change Your Mind and Cyanide are just, man. I have no idea what these dudes look like. Wouldn't know what they look like if they were walking down the street. But all I know is that they have really, really good albums. They make really, really good music, and I would like to see them in person someday. But yeah, so far so good. Number 2, and this released on January 7th, 2022, and I believe this is why it is my favorite album so far of 2022, and that is Dawn FM, The Weeknd's album. Um, just off of just longevity of length, what I've been listening to the longest, this is my most listened to album of the year, so I have to put it at number 1. And I did an album review on this as well. And this is, I believe I just said it, his 5th studio album, and it runs all the way through. I mean, start to finish. I mean, Gasoline, How Do I Make You Love Me, Take My Breath, Sacrifice, the Quincy Jones segment right into Out of Time, Here We Go Again, Best Friends. This is the best album. I mean, as I look at it, listen to it, hear it every single time. The Less Than Zero, actually the actual song that closes it out, but Jim Carrey showing it out, closing it out with the Phantom Regret. The whole theme, cohesion of this album is better than any that I've heard in years. It is an absolute classic, his absolute best album, and I'm pretty sure nothing will top it for this year. But we do got 6 months left, technically 5, and I'll do my full year with 10 albums, and this will definitely be in the top 3, no doubt about it. So that is my top 5 albums of 2022.